I need a $94,000 new LLC EIN only business loan ASAP. I tried 12 different lenders to no avail. I own a wedding planning business and my personal FICO is 758. So dear viewers, here is the synopsis of a case that was recently brought to us. And a viewer wants to know how to actually get a $94,000 new LLC EIN only business loan ASAP. So in today's conversation, we are going to attempt to solve his problem, give a very clear solution so that in the end, he can get the loan that he needs and deserve. Don't you go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you already asked me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, on the table, on the family table, we have a case. So Jasper B, he's the 53-year-old male, and basically he needs a $94,000 new LLC EIN only business loan ASAP. He tried 12 different lenders to no avail, and he has a wedding planning business, and his personal FICO is 758. So what's really going on here? Dear viewers, I'm going to summarize the case for you, so you have a clear idea of what we're speaking about. So again, as I've said before, his name is Jasper B, and he's from Aurora, Colorado. Beautiful city. Shout out to all our viewers in Colorado. We love y'all. God bless you. So you own a wedding planning business, okay? And you currently bank at United Fidelity Bank. I don't know why you actually had to include that. It doesn't really matter to us where you bank, but it's okay. That's great to have. And your wedding planning business, last year, you actually generated $378,000. See, that's kind of interesting because we thought that you just launched, but it looks like you have been in business for at least 1 year. Because if you made that much money, I mean, you must have had a lot of I don't know how to say it, a lot of activities going on last year. So that's really good. So $378,000, this is really good. And you generated income of $14,000 last year. And Jasper, you are divorced with 3 kids, and your personal FICO score is 758. So when we speak about, in your case, Jasper, when you said new LLC, you're not really new. I mean, you're not new in the sense that, 1 year or 18 months is still new, but you are not really a startup. Let's just call it that way, okay? Because if you made that much revenue, 378 grand last year with income of 14K, this is good already. But even though we see a big delta between your revenue and your income, which means that your operational expenses must have been really huge, but I'll get into that later on. So I'm just summarizing the case for our viewers, so everybody has a clear idea of what we're speaking about. And if anyone wants to pitch in, please feel free. So Jasper, first things first. You were talking about you want an EIN only business loan for your new LLC. First thing first, you need to really evaluate your financial situation. I'm speaking here about your personal financial situation. I'm not speaking about your business, because it's important to understand when we talk about EIN only, business credit in general. A lot of folks believe that, the bank is just going to look at my company's situation. They're not going to pay attention to my personal situation. That's not true. If you do things properly, yes, the ideal solution is for the bank to actually focus on your business's financials. But in your case, you have been in operation for less than 18 months, maybe 1 year, maybe 14 months. So you need to actually tell us a lot about your personal financial situation. What's going on, Jasper, in your current life? Are you in the red in terms of a net worth? Are you in the black? I mean, what is your Or do you have, in other words, do you have positive net worth or negative net worth? Those are important. Okay. And so it's important also to have some information about your DTI. In other words, do you have a low amount of debt relative to your income? In other words, is your DTI low? Ideally, you want to be around 30%, 35%. Okay, that's the ideal metric when we speak about debt to income ratio. What about your credit utilization ratio? As a matter of fact, do you have credit cards? Because you said you actually bank right now with United Fidelity Bank. Okay, so do you have a credit card from them, or do you have other credit cards? Do you have loans? Because the thing here is that the way you asked the question, you wanted us to focus on the business side of things. But my thing here is I want to focus on the personal side of things. How are things going on personally? I mean, in terms of your finances. And so this is important. Okay. Do you have enough savings to cover an unexpected expense or emergency? See, I really want to dig on the personal aspect of things. Are you on track with your retirement contributions? Things like that. Those are important things. Okay. And the thing is that, do you regularly contribute to your personal savings? Okay. Do you have a clear idea of what your DTI is, your debt to income ratio is, your credit utilization ratio is? Those are important topics that I want you to cover before we do anything. First things first, I want to have a clear idea about your financial situation personally. Now, before I give you the solution ideas that we have concocted for you, be careful, Jasper. As I said earlier, you need to have a clear idea about your financial situation personally, but you also have to have a clear idea about your business's financial situation. All right. So you're a new LLC. I mean, not quite new, but you are still new. Okay. You've been in operations for more than a year, because if you're telling me that you have generated last year $378,000 in revenue with the income of $14,000, that means you have had a full year of operations. Okay. And so the thing here is that we need to have a clear idea about your company's financial situation. Basically, when we speak about analyzing your company's financials, we are speaking about going through the 4 financial statements: your balance sheets, your income statements, your cash flow statements, and your owner's equity statements. And another ancillary question is, are you a single member corporation? In other words, are you the only owner? Or do you have other partners or members? Okay. What is the legal structure of the business? I'll speak about that later on, but it's important to know. Okay. And so when we speak about, so as I was saying earlier, the delta between your revenue, $378,000, and your income, your net profit, $14K, that delta is huge. It means that something in the middle is really sucking up a lot of your income. In other words, your operational expenses are huge. Okay. And so when we speak about your balance sheet, you want to go through your current assets and liabilities. So in other words, the assets that actually you can actually monetize within a year. You also have to look at your non-current assets and liabilities. My point here is that I'm not really here to confuse you with financial terminology, but it's important. Maybe you can enlist the help of an accountant to do a thorough investigation of your company's financial situation. Or if you have access to accounting software such as QuickBooks or Xero or Expensify or Wave, you could probably prepare yourself your company's financial situations, and you need to have that. Okay, and so if you have the proper software, you can really see quickly whether you have what's going on with your balance sheet, what's going on with your income statement, what's going on with your statement of cash flows, especially the 3 types of cash flows: the cash flows from operating activities, your cash flows from investing activities, and cash flows from financing activities. Okay, those are important. And also the owner's equity statement. This is where the bank or the lender, for that matter, will know whether or not you are alone in this equity thing, or you have other partners, and how much you guys have invested in the company in the first place. Now that I have actually clarified those things, let me just give you our first solution idea. So solution idea number 1, you need to actually learn, you have to be very clear about what lenders are looking for. Jasper, You said that you have tried 12 different lenders. My question to you is, have you sat down? Have you taken the time to say, listen, I'm going to actually study what this lender is looking for? Because see, an EIN only business loan is not a traditional business loan. It requires more preparation. It requires more paperwork. And I'm talking about having conversations with the loan rep to make sure that you are basically, your whatever you are giving them is aligned with what they're looking for. So you need to take the time to study what the lenders are looking for. And please do not chase quantity. Why are you going around just applying here and there? And that's it's just a waste of time, Jasper. You are wasting time. You don't have to go through all the lenders in America to see who will actually approve you. No. What you want to do is you want to actually filter out those that will not help you out, and you want to zero in on those who are great for you. 3 or 4 lenders is a great number. What you want to do is you want to focus on quality as opposed to quantity. So what you want to do is you want to take one lender and study their requirements. For example, the lender will ask you for time in business. Do you meet the time in business? They'll ask you for your personal credit scores. They could say, we want you to have a 758 or 750 or 650 or 700. The thing is, there's no dichotomy in what I'm saying. There's no contradiction between an EIN only business loan and your personal FICO score. Now, your personal FICO score will be FYI only. The lender is not going to take that into action when approving the loan, but they just need to know overall, especially when you have a startup, how the owner is doing financially speaking. What about your business credit score? Do you have a business credit score from DNB, your Paydex score, your Equifax business score, your Experian business score? You want to know exactly what the lender wants to see in terms of cash flows, inflows and outflows. Okay, so liquidity trends within the business are quintessential when it comes to the lender actually seeing whether or not you are generating enough cash to repay them. Because see, the lender is trying to cover his ass or her ass. That's what it is. I mean, they're not giving you cash and then the last thing you know, you're just playing games on them, trying to ignore their calls, and they have to actually hire a collection agency to chase your sorry broke ass. No, they don't want to do that. They really want to make sure that you have a cash flow, that you can actually provide collateral if need be. Okay, so those are really important. Solution idea number 2. Jasper, I'm speaking to you. You want to know how to actually get a new LLC EIN only business loan ASAP. You need to be clear about the type of loan that you want. See, the thing is, a lot of new entrepreneurs, I mean, you're 53, you probably have a lot of experience, or maybe you have done things in the past, I don't know. But listen, you got to really decide what type of loan or financing you need. The thing is, not all loans are created equal. They're not equal, okay? In terms of collateral that you need to provide to the lender, or in terms of the arrangements, in terms of payments, in terms of fees and whatnot. So those are really quintessential. So you really need to know what kind of loan you want. Do you want a traditional bank loan? Do you need a micro loan? I mean, $92,000 will not qualify for a micro loan because micro loans actually cap out at 50 grand. So in your case, you got to really know exactly. Are you looking for a traditional bank loan, an online loan? Are you looking for a line of credit? Are you looking for a business cash advance? Are you looking for a cash flow loan? See, you need to understand the typology of loans that you're looking for. One thing I want to say here is that based on our conversations with you, our series of emails that we have exchanged with you prior to this program, it seems to us that you are looking for a traditional bank loan, and you said that you want extra cash to expand your wedding planning business. Okay, so you don't really need. So the question is, do you need a loan, an EIN only loan, or do you need an EIN only business line of credit? Because this could be a possibility. Because see, a line of credit, if you don't need all the 92 grand at once, then you can actually apply for a business line of credit, and the cash is sitting there. And when you need it, you can just tap into the line of credit and just pay for whatever you need the cash for. Okay. And also, have you thought about invoice factoring? Have you thought about merchant cash advance? Have you thought about other forms of revenue-based financing, for example? See, this could be really helpful for you if you have not been lucky with getting a traditional standard EIN only business loan. Maybe it's about time that you learn about the other types of EIN only business loans so you could apply and possibly get approved. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. In today's conversation, we are still discussing the case of Jasper. Jasper is a 53-year-old male. He's from Aurora, Colorado, and he has a wedding planning business. Last year, he made $378,000, and he generated from that revenue income net profit of $14,000. Solution idea number 3, Jasper. I really want you to you need to investigate how to get approved. See, after you actually if you just zero in on 3 or 4 lenders, you study what they want, okay, you make sure that you actually have the proper cash flow position for that. You need to actually start the conversation with the lender. Even before you apply, I want you to talk to them. I want you to talk to a rep. You need to find out how to get approved. Okay, and the thing here is that don't you try to do those online things, because I'm sure that you actually try to apply online. This is really bad. Anytime we see this, some people like, how come you telling people not to apply online, blah, 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 blah. I'm just telling you the way it is. Okay, online platforms. In other words, when lenders want you to apply online, those are made for personal loans, especially for folks who already have a good credit score. If you have a problematic credit score, you definitely want to apply over the phone or at the branch. This is just what it is. I'm just telling you how it is. This is how things are. Okay, so you need to find out how to get approved. Try to collect intel from the lender. Ask the loan rep, what are your chances of approval? Okay, at least you have a clear idea. And if there is a possibility that you can pre-qualify for the business loan, that's even better. That way you are actually just you know for sure if you can qualify. Okay, and my thing is, if you don't get the loan with EIN only, why don't you just try with your own FICO score? You have a high FICO score, 758. That's a good credit score. And you need to gather documents that really will help you get the EIN only business loan. Okay, I'm speaking about your business and personal credit scores, your business bank account statements, okay, your tax returns. I mean, the business tax returns, but also your personal tax return. I mean, you haven't told us the legal structure of your business, so we really don't know if last year you filed Form 1065 and distributed schedules K1 to all the partners. In other words, we don't know if you are a partnership, you're an LLC, or we don't know if you filed as an S corp. In other words, whether or not you have filed Form 1120S and actually added to that the ancillary Schedules K1, or we don't know if you have filed Form 1120. In other words, your business is a C corp. So the thing is, anything that is relevant to the application, please gather it. I'm talking about any applicable licenses and registrations for doing business in your state. Okay, other financial documents needed, such as credit card sales, unpaid invoices, and accounts receivable due to you. Any legal contracts that will be relevant. Okay, we're speaking here about franchise, incorporation, leasing. Okay, and you might also need, who knows, you might also need some projected financial statements, business forecasts with details on future cash flows and costs. I have no idea about the wedding planning industry in Aurora, Colorado. Okay, is it booming or things are just lethargic right now? Either way, you need to have a clear idea of what's going on in your industry. Okay, trying to have a business plan also with details about your growth and marketing strategies. Solution idea number 4, Jasper, you need to do something very important here. You said you have applied with 12 different lenders. You have actually been chasing quantity as opposed to quality. But my question to you is, what happened to United Fidelity Bank? It is a wonderful bank. Why haven't you started with your current bank? This is important. And sometimes people think, that the grass is greener elsewhere. No, you never know. Start with where they already know your ass. Start where you're known, okay? Start with United Fidelity Bank. We are showing you on the screen. They do offer business loans and commercial loans. Start with them. They can actually fund very easily. They have the balance sheet. We have studied their balance sheets. They have the balance sheets to fund a $94,000 new LLC EIN only business loan. They can. So start with them. Cultivate a relationship. Cultivate a relationship with your current bank so that things are easier for you. They know you. They probably know your business. And my question to you is, when we speak about United Fidelity Bank, do you have a business bank account with them or a personal bank account? Those are important questions because, see, the thing is, logically, you want to apply at a bank where you are parking a lot of your cash, most of your cash. Okay, and so if United Fidelity Bank doesn't work, then you want to choose a different lender. But again, I want to focus on the fact that it's all about quality, not quantity. All right, so what kind of lender do you want? Well, it depends on your what you like, because you have direct lenders. In other words, these lenders make loans directly and include banks, credit unions, and online lenders. So if you don't want to have a United United Fidelity Bank, what about trying a credit union? What about trying a larger national bank or regional bank for that matter? You can try the national biggies such as Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and whatnot. Or you can try the regional behemoths such as a PNC, right? U.S. Bank. You have BMO Harris to a certain extent. You have Fifth Third. So those are regional behemoths that can actually help you out. You can also try lending marketplaces. Okay, and those are really important also. And please make sure that you fill out the application in accordance with what the lender wants. And listen, at the end of the day, you can try to get a business loan with collateral. Because the thing, if your business has enough machinery, enough equipment, something you can pledge as collateral, that's fine too. Okay, but definitely you can get a business loan without collateral. That's for sure. You can get an EIN only, unsecured business loan without collateral, but it takes preparation. It takes some time. Thank you so much for your attention to this conversation. Jasper and our beloved viewers, you've heard it. We have given you 4 solution ideas. We invite all our viewers to actually pitch in if they are interested, if they are not interested, if they want to provide further guidance to our beloved viewers. So please feel free. But yeah, that's it. So I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.